Welcome to News Today with WDW News Today. I'm Tom Corliss. Here now the news for December 8th, 2021. An Amazon Web Services or AWS outage caused some major technical issues across Walt Disney World yesterday. Guests reported problems with Magic Bands, mobile order, and other systems. We had trouble making park passes ourselves, getting an error message every time we attempted to confirm our reservation. Meanwhile, mobile ordering was encountering errors as well, and even Disney Genie was experiencing downtime. And with the issues caused by the outage, some guests were unable to enter Walt Disney World theme parks even. And so a line at guest relations outside the Magic Kingdom was quoted at a 2-hour wait as guests with physical ticket media were unable to use the tap styles to enter the park. Cast members reported that Magic Bands and Magic Mobile were both working at the tap styles, but physical ticket media, of course, was not. Additionally, many guests found that their park reservations had disappeared from My Disney Experience, and guests using the Disability Access Service had to visit guest relations to get a paper DAS card like old times, as the outage affected that digital service. The Amazon Web Service outage not only affected the parks, it also affected Disney Plus, as many were reporting issues with the streaming service. The issues first started cropping up about 11 a.m. Eastern on December 7th and had been ongoing for several hours. We were able to access Disney Plus at about 1:50 p.m. yesterday. Things seem to be back to normal now. Disneyland's having completely different Genie Plus issues we'll talk about in a few minutes, but it was a rough day, and we'll talk more about that rough day at Disney World yesterday. So while those technical issues were plaguing Walt Disney World, the monorails also had issues yesterday, and after the resort and express lines went down, guests were crowding the ferryboat dock at the Transportation and Ticket Center. There were insanely long lines to get on there, and the ferryboat obviously was packed to capacity because of this. After those issues we had at the EPCOT monorail, the Magic Kingdom monorail lines were both experiencing downtime as well. The track switch malfunction had prevented both the express and resort lines from being able to run. And between the Magic Kingdom and Disney's Contemporary Resort, cast members were investigating the issue at the track switch. Track switch is where monorails again can take another line to the storage area backstage. At the Contemporary, buses were running to the Magic Kingdom to make up for the lack of monorails. The most interesting thing that happened yesterday when we had some downtime at the monorail, they actually gave us lightning lane passes. I almost said fast passes. That's actually what the cast member said, who was giving them out. But they gave free lightning lane passes to people as a thank you for their patience, and it was available at the parks. The funniest part of that was some of the available attractions listed for those lightning lanes were Fantasmic and Voyage of the Little Mermaid, both of which never came back from COVID. So it was a wild day at Walt Disney World. The latest variant of COVID-19 called Omicron has been detected in Florida. Cases were already found in some other states, but the first Tampa Bay case was detected at James A. Haley Veterans Hospital, Spectrum 13 reported. The patient recently traveled abroad, and they are only experiencing mild symptoms. Another case detected in St. Lucie County on Monday. And contact tracing is underway, Tampa Bay Times has reported. Omicron continues to be studied. Current reports suggest it is more contagious than previous variants, but less severe. Last week, we learned that trams would be returning to Walt Disney World parking lots this month, really just Magic Kingdom, and then throughout 2022, again, starting with the Transportation and Ticket Center. We're now seeing cast members training with the trams. Traffic lights were on at the Transportation and Ticket Center bridge, and guests were not allowed to walk in the street. An exact reopening date for the trams has not been announced, but it will be ahead of the holiday season. Again, ahead of Christmas, we expect them to be running. Splash Mountain of the Magic Kingdom will be closing for routine maintenance on January 10th, 2022. It's expected to reopen a month later on February 11th, 2022. This will not be related to the Princess and the Frog overhaul. This is just general maintenance. Meanwhile, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad at the Magic Kingdom will close for refurbishment on February 14th, 2022. Valentine's Day, bummer. It's expected to reopen on February 19th. If you know what movie that's from, comment below. The Walt Disney World Railroad at the Magic Kingdom has been closed for 3 years now. It's really sad. Due to the construction of Tron Light Cycle Run. And while the attraction won't be returning anytime soon, Dwayne Bevel of the Orlando Sentinel has reported that we'll be hearing some sign of life at the tracks as testing will begin. Disney has taken advantage of the downtime to refurbish the stations, put in new tracks, and fix up some of the trains themselves. The locomotives are over 90 years old, and other elements of the attraction haven't been touched since it opened in 1971. The refurbished Engine 1, the Walter E. Disney, was revealed during Destination D23. That'll be used for testing. The Lily Bell was refurbished in 2010, and the Roy Disney and Roger E. Brogy will be refurbished next. When that is, we don't really know. But nonetheless, testing now underway for the railroad. When it'll come back, we also don't know. The new 50th anniversary Lux logo collection is being slowly released at Walt Disney World and on Shop Disney. The previously released ear hat and headbands are now available online, plus a new Starbucks mug and an extravagant Loungefly backpack. The Starbucks mug features a matte black finish with the Walt Disney World 50th logo and a base trim in golden splendor for $29.99. The magical mini Loungefly backpack is the gold standard in stylish carry-alls. Loungefly's shimmering genuine leather bag commemorates, again, Walt Disney World's 50th anniversary with a die-cut Cinderella castle and metal 50 logo. The metal-edged Mickey ears add an iconic accent for $298. Wow. The matching Loungefly ears feature padded gold leather ears with an embroidered 50th pattern and are complemented by the black leather bow for $225. The limited release jeweled ear headband features golden ears encrusted with dazzling jewels and complemented by a black bow and headband. They're presented in an elegant black velvet lined display case, including a certificate of verification for $750. If the headbands aren't your thing, don't worry, there's a matching jewel encrusted ear hat. It also includes an elegant black velvet lined display case and that certificate again. Don't worry, that one's only $1,000. Boy. Loungefly has, let us know if you own one in the comments. Let us know. That's nuts. I know, I've bought some crazy things in my time. Loungefly has released a new pin bag in honor of the 50th. We found it in the Emporium at the Magic Kingdom. The bag matches items from the Celebration collection, including the Loungefly mini backpack. It's blue with a pattern of Mickey and friends in their 50th outfits, and the other side of the bag has holes for displaying pins. It includes a gold castle pin. It has a detachable, adjustable crossbody strap and inside are pouches for pins to be displayed. The strap and fabric keep the backs of the pins on the outside of the bag in place. There's also a zip pocket, and the pins are displayed on the pouches while the smooth fabric protects the pins from hitting each other. The pages are removable to make it easier to change your collection or to give the bag more storage for other items. The pin bag is $60. Entertainment Weekly has removed the reference to audio animatronics on their Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind preview post. This was included in an interview with Walt Disney Imagineer Wyatt Winter. I wonder why it was removed. It's probably because the ride doesn't have any. So here's the story thus far. So they had this preview article that mentioned specifically all the features of the ride, and animatronics were mentioned, which was new to us because, as we told you years ago, animatronics were budget cut from this attraction. Originally, it was going to cost over $1 billion to build this ride. At one point, it supposedly had 12 animatronic figures. Those were all eliminated while Bob Chapek was in charge of Parks and Resorts. Imagine that. And last we heard, there were 0. And the only chance was they might add 1 to the pre-show. So the fact that this was removed from the article probably means there are still no animatronics in the ride. It'll be mostly screen-based. And, you know, it is what it is, right? It's what we expected. It was a nice little surprise for the 24 hours we thought there might be some, but the article has been changed. The upcoming EPCOT International Festival of the Arts will run from January 14th through February 21st, 2022. It'll have many returning favorite activities plus 2 new food studios. There'll be 15 of those studios in total. Deco Delights and the Craftsman's Courtyard will debut this year, featuring, quote, artfully presented cuisine and beverages as visually appealing as they are delicious. You can find the full list of food studios over on our website. Guests can also join in on the wonderful walk of colorful cuisine, a food stroll highlighting 5 sweet and savory offerings listed in the festival passport. Once guests have purchased and received a stamp for all 5 items, they'll earn an artist palette cookie. Full details for that at WDWNT.com as well. The Disney on Broadway concert series is returning with 3 shows each evening, headlined by Broadway stars performing beloved songs for more than 25 years of award-winning stage productions. Beginning December 14th, guests can visit artfulepcot.com to find out more about the dining packages for the Disney on Broadway series that pair with it. Visual art comes to life as well in a variety of ways at the festival. More than 100 Disney and visiting artists will showcase their works throughout Epcot. Guests can spot artists at work from the Disney Artist Gallery and the Wonderground Gallery, accompanied by pieces from Acme Archives, Thomas Kincaid Studios, Wyland Galleries, and the Pop Gallery. Guests of all ages can watch imaginative chalk artists create masterpieces at chalk art galleries or improve their own artistic skill by learning how to draw a Disney character at Animation Academy. Children could also create their own chalk masterpieces at Kids Chalk Art, and families can leave their artistic stamp on a larger-than-life mural at Expression Section, a paint-by-numbers mural. Around World Showcase, guests can step into renowned paintings from centuries past in stunning artful photo ops. And when it's time to recharge their creative energy, guests can sit back and watch visual art in performance as an artist paints their favorite Disney character in a matter of minutes. This year's merchandise collection will once again feature Figment. That's the most important news of all to me. Mobile checkout is expanding to more locations throughout Walt Disney World and Disneyland Resort, and guests can now use it at Mickey's of Hollywood at Disney's Hollywood Studios. To access mobile checkout, click the plus button in the My Disney Experience app, select Shop in Store, and you can then select from the 4 stores available. Merchandise mobile checkout is a convenient shopping option available at select shops. It helps you save time by letting you scan and pay for items right from your phone. Disneyland Resort is launching an update to their disability access service called DAS Advance. DAS Advance, with that, guests can register for the service and select experiences ahead of their trip. Eligible guests who are visiting Disneyland Resort on or after December 20th can now pre-register. Guests can pre-register to use DAS Advance on future trips as soon as 30 days in advance of their park visit, but no less than 2 days before they arrive. Otherwise, they can register at a guest services location in the park during their trip. Guests must pre-register via a live video chat with a cast member. During this chat, the guests will be able to book up to 2 one-hour return windows for select experiences. The guests registering for DAS must be present for both the registration video call and in person when redeeming return windows. DAS is intended for guests who have a difficulty tolerating extended waits in a conventional queue environment due to a disability. DAS doesn't provide immediate access, but rather allows guests to request a return time for a specific experience that is comparable to the current standby wait. According to Disney, guests will eventually have the ability to book those return times in the app. That functionality should come at some point before the end of this year. The new Disney Genie service has launched at the Disneyland Resort, if you want to call it that. It's not been much of a launch. But the Disneyland app was updated this morning. There is a full guide to the service for when it works over on our website at DisneylandNewsToday.com. With that launch comes Lightning Lane, the replacement of Fast Pass and Max Pass more recently at Disneyland Resort. Lightning Lane access is available for most attractions with a $20 purchase of Genie Plus. But Lightning Lane access to 3 of the most popular attractions is only available as an individual purchase. Disney announced individual Lightning Lane access would cost anywhere from $7 to $20 per attraction, depending on the attraction and the day. And on the first day of Disney Genie Today, Lightning Lane for Web Slingers, A Spider-Man Adventure, and Radiator Springs Racers were $7 each. Meanwhile, at Disneyland Park, Rise of the Resistance maxed out at $20. They went for it right away, even on a Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever. I don't know what day it is. Either way, it was $20. Unlike at Walt Disney World, guests may only purchase the next available Lightning Lane time frame instead of choosing from any during the day. Guests may only purchase 2 individual Lightning Lane selections per day, which means you can't buy all 3 in a single day. Speaking of Lightning Lane, a lot of problems today. In fact, our reporter there and many other guests were having problems booking their next Lightning Lane. They were able to do their first one, but then after that, no one was able to book additional ones, so they had to wait in really long guest relations lines to be helped and to be able to book their next Lightning Lane selection, which kind of defeats the purpose of Lightning Lane when you have to wait an hour to 2 hours to get another one. It has been a disaster of a day, and I'm sure by the time you're watching the show, even more has transpired with those problems. So for the latest, go to DisneylandNewsToday.com to see what else has happened. It's just, as of recording, that's what's going on. It's been a wreck thus far, and I did not have my money on the Disneyland launch going worse than the Disney World. Ours kind of went off without a hitch, really. But Disneyland's having some big problems today with the launch of Genie, Genie Plus, and Lightning Lane. Though no exact reopening date has been announced, the Mickey and the Magician award-winning character stage show will return to Walt Disney Studios Park at Disneyland Paris in 2022, according to DLP report. This is great news. I've seen the show. We actually have a full video right here on the channel. It is a spectacular show. It'll be great to have it back in that park where there's not a lot worth doing. It'd be nice to see that again. For more information on these stories and more, head on over to WDWNT.com. This program is brought to you by our official travel agent sponsor, The Vacationeer, the engineers of your next magical vacation. Sit back and let their team of vacation planning experts craft your family's next trip. The best part, their services are free. Hotel, park tickets, Genie Plus, Lightning Lane, and more. Visit WDWNT.travel for details. The Vacationeer, the official travel agency of WDWNT. If you're enjoying the show, be sure to like this video. Subscribe to WDW News Today right here on YouTube for more great content, including Timekeeping, which is back, our show going chronologically through the history of Walt Disney World. Make sure you check it out. We're up to 2008, and of course, all the past episodes are still available right here on the channel. But you can click that bell for notifications. Make sure you hit select all notifications so you never miss an episode of any of our shows. For the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Tom Corliss saying, enjoy the rest of your today. Have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow. WDWNT presents Timekeeping, a year-by-year journey through the history of the vacation kingdom of the world. Join us for the premiere Tuesdays at 10 p.m. Eastern or watch on demand anytime on the WDW News Today YouTube channel.